You guys want to hear a joke? I think you want to hear a joke. Two women are walking down the street and one says to the other one, "Hey, have you heard of this cool thing called the Bechdel test?" And the other one says, "Oh, I know, my boyfriend was just telling me all about it." It's funny, well, we'll talk about why it's funny. A couple of days ago, the MacArthur Foundation announced its 21 recipients for their fellowship, which was referred to in some circles as the Genius Grant. Now, I'm not saying I'm disappointed that, I should have been nominated as well, but, my videos are pretty good. My mom seems to like them a lot. The fellowships are awarded based on achievement and potential, and one of those winners is Alison Bechdel, a hilarious cartoonist that you all should look up and read. She has also created my favorite thing called the Bechdel test. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Bechdel test is a way to gauge whether a movie respects its female characters. I'm pretty certain most movies will pass this test. What's the first rule? The first rule of the Bechdel test is the movie has to have two female characters who have names. Oh boy. Number two, those female characters have to talk to one another. Ooh. And number three, that conversation has to be about something besides a man. Oh shit. But still you're thinking, yeah, that's totally a thing that can happen. 50.8% of America's population is made up of women. I'm sure that most of the movies reflect that reality in some way. So far this year, about 9 films passed that Bechdel test. Yeah, 9. Alright, so maybe we've had a bad year. I mean, I'm sure the total movies that have passed the Bechdel test is like a respectable number, right? Yeah, sure. Since 1874 up until now, about 5,437 movies passed the Bechdel test. Hey, that's a pretty good respectable number. Since 1874, there have been 400,000 movies made. It just keeps getting better. 10% of the top 250 movies made in 2013 were written by women. Including all movies made in 2013, only 6% were actually directed by women. Overall, both on and off the screen in films, there is a ratio of 3 men to 1 woman, which, by the way, hasn't really changed since 1946. I'd say it's hard to believe that movies don't treat women like actual people, but hell, our government doesn't even treat women like people. Even people sometimes don't treat women like people, which they are. Women are people. Treat them as such. Some of you are saying, whatever, it's just movies, it's a fantasy world that's just being created for our enjoyment. Why care about this kind of issue? Well, it's not just a fantasy world anymore. At the summer camp where I was working, a kid wrote a script with a karate ninja expert and 2 cops. And the 2 guys he wanted to be cops weren't available. So he's like, "Oh, I can't make the movie. There are no guys available to play my cops." And I looked around and I was like, "Well, what about her?" And he looked at her and he's like, Even she looked at me and was like, can I be a cop? Yes. This kid who wrote a movie where a ninja steals a crystal that is supposed to power a time machine couldn't believe that in this reality where a crystal powers a time machine, a woman could be a cop. I understand that movies are supposed to be fantasy worlds to escape the gripping, depressing parts of our reality, so why not just make these fantasies include treating women like people? And then maybe someday our reality might match our fantasies.